OnePlus 7 Pro versus iPhone XS Max speed test. That video is coming up right now. Let's go. Okay guys, so here is the OnePlus 7 Pro. Let's go ahead and do the face unlock. Now the pop-up camera is gonna come up for this face unlock test. 3, 2, and 1. And you can see very quick, 3, 2, 1. Very quick to recognize. Now this is not super secure like the one on the iPhone XS Max though, so keep that in mind. Okay guys, so let's take a look at Face ID. 3, 2, 1, and you could see we are in. 3, 2, 1, and we are in. Just very quick here for the XS Max. However, the OnePlus 7 Pro has another trick up its sleeve, a super fast under display fingerprint sensor. I can't compare it directly to the XS Max because it doesn't have that technology, but this is even faster than the face unlock for the XS Max. So technically I do think getting into the OnePlus 7 Pro is a lot faster than the XS Max, but you do have that secure method here. If you want to use biometrics for security, you can use this fingerprint sensor for a lot of applications as well for the OnePlus 7 Pro. So confirming the software, we have Oxygen OS 9.5.5, GM31CB build, and we do have Android 9 Pie, which is based on. Over here for the XS Max, iOS 12.3, which just launched a few days ago. So we are on the latest official software as of the recording of this video. Okay, so we've arrived at the application portion of the speed test. Everything closed out for both devices. 90 Hz display. I gotta say the OnePlus 7 Pro is the first one I've ever used that kind of matches the iPhone in smoothness. As a matter of fact, in some areas, it's even smoother than the iPhone. Even the gestures are just as smooth. Let's go into Instagram. 3, 2, 1. And you can see Instagram is easily first there for the OnePlus 7 Pro. Let's go to Twitter. You see Twitter is first there on the left, and here comes the iPhone XS Max. Let's go into Grubhub. And you can see we're eating first here on the left for the OnePlus 7 Pro. Let's go into Pandora. And Pandora is first to load on, ooh, that was pretty close. I'm gonna call that one a draw. What about eBay? You can see eBay first there on the left. We're shopping first for the 7 Pro. Amazon. You can see Amazon again first on the left. Coming home, look at the gestures, just as smooth on both. Pixlr. And you can see Pixlr first for the 7 Pro. Video Shop. Video Shop again to the 7 Pro. Subway Surfers. And we're in a game here. Typically XS Max wins this, and it does here. Once you're actually in the game though, it doesn't really make a difference, except for the fact that, take a look at the top of the XS Max. You see that notch? It's kind of getting in the way sometimes of your immersive gaming experience, where the OnePlus 7 Pro does not at half the price. Let's go into this next game. 3, 2, 1. And this is Temple Run 2. We're gonna see Lost Jungle. Which one can load this up first? And it looks like we have a winner on the left. So the OnePlus 7 Pro catches back up. Dead Trigger 2, 3, 2, 1. And you see that maybe the XS Max might win this. Yes, slightly, just very slight. But I mean, with the liquid cooling system in here, the 7 Pro for an Android phone is gonna be a beast in the gaming. And I found that gaming, and while plugged into a charger, it still stays relatively cool, which is a good thing because you don't want the phone getting too hot when gaming. Let's go into PUBG Mobile. 3, 2, 1. And see which one can load this up first. Now, typically the iPhone always wins here, so we'll see if the 7 Pro can win here, but doesn't look like it's going to. So some games are still better optimized for the iPhone, but really, where the 7 Pro has really shown its stuff is when it comes to how smooth that phone is. But yeah, the 7 Pro definitely did not win here in loading up PUBG Mobile, but I mean, it's only a couple seconds, so I don't think it's a really big deal here in just one game like PUBG Mobile. It's still going to be very fast for the 7 Pro, but still, the iPhone, you got to give it credit. When it comes to gaming, that thing is an absolute monster right there. So you've seen in this first round of applications that it was, a lot of them were just winning on the 7 Pro until we got into a couple of games for the XS Max. So I think that if you're into, you know, gaming a lot, you still could consider the XS Max because they have a lot of good titles on the App Store. But if you love Android, this is probably your best gaming option, or one of them here on the 7 Pro. So let's go ahead and do now a RAM management test. So we're gonna go through these applications to see if we do get any reloads on both of them. PUBG Mobile here, nothing. This is 8 GB of RAM, and I don't think 12 is necessary, and you're gonna see why here in this RAM management test. Just look at it hold all these applications like it's absolutely nothing, and just how smooth it looks going in between these applications. So Pandora had to research. I don't think that was a reload. I just think it has to research Twitter and Instagram. So you've seen very fast, very smooth there for the 7 Pro as expected. PUBG Mobile ready to go here for the XS Max. We do have that next game ready, and Temple Run was ready. And we do have Subway Surfers, Video Shop, Pixlr, Amazon also ready, eBay also ready here, Pandora, that was ready to listen there for the XS Max. You see Grubhub, Twitter, and Instagram. So stellar performance on both. For 4 GB of RAM, you got to give the XS Max credit for doing so well in this department, even though it has less RAM than something like a OnePlus 7 Pro. So let's do a quick internet browsing test. You can see yahoo.com is loaded up on both. You can really see that all screen here. Let's see which one is quicker. 3, 2, go. And you could see that was the OnePlus 7 Pro. And again, with that 90 Hertz refresh rate, you finally have a browser that is just as smooth as Safari there for the OnePlus 7 Pro. I mean, you can use your own browser. It's the 90 Hertz that's making the difference. It's the hardware on the screen that's really making a difference. It's not Chrome itself. Safari is probably better optimized, but that 90 Hertz makes up for it, which is great on the OnePlus 7 Pro. Okay guys, so let's go to the nickackermanchannel.com, 3, 2, 1. See which one gets there first. And you could see the OnePlus 7 Pro was there first over the XS Max. So, and very smooth on both. It's still a fast scroll, but a much smoother fast scroll here now for the OnePlus 7 Pro. Always smooth on the iPhone. But really, I gotta say, in terms of internet browsing, the LTE speeds were better on the OnePlus 7 Pro. So I would take this out and about and trust the service a little bit better than on the XS Max, probably due to the Intel modems, but Safari itself is still super smooth. They're both great at web browsing. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and do a camera test on both devices in 3, 2, 1. And you could see that the OnePlus 7 Pro looked a little bit first there. We'll do it again, 3, 2, 1. And you see that time the XS Max. So I mean, they're both very fast to launch. Let's do it one more time, 3, 2, 1. And you see maybe the XS Max. Now in terms of the burst, 3, 2, 1. Still the iPhone bursts first usually. Now let's go ahead and do the front facing camera. And this was kind of mind blowing. The OnePlus 7 Pro has a pop-up mechanism, but it's still faster than the XS Max to open that front camera. Watch this, 3, 2, 1. You seen that? The 7 Pro was first. Let's flip it back around. Let's do it again, 3, 2, 1. Boom, you seen that? 7 Pro was still first, even though it's a hardware mechanism. That's kind of insane. So camera speed on both is gonna be top notch. Okay, so I loaded up the same video on both of them of this plant right here. We're gonna save this to the gallery and to the camera roll here for the XS Max. See which one is faster to render. 3, 2, 1. And the OnePlus 7 Pro looks like it's in the lead, but will the iPhone XS Max catch up? We'll see here if the 7 Pro can take this one. And looks like it does slightly. So wait, no it didn't. The XS Max, so it was close, and then it like paused at the end. So still, I mean, for video rendering, you also have better apps like LumaFusion as well as iMovie over here for the iPhone. So for video rendering, I'd still probably pick the iPhone just because the quality of apps also a little bit faster there to render out that video on the XS Max. Okay, so the final Geekbench scores are in, and what did you expect? I mean, it's really hard to beat the CPU when it comes to benchmarks because the A12 is just in another league in terms of the CPU. However, what this test showed you is that in the real world, and this is just 1x animations, you could tweak the animations for the OnePlus. The OnePlus 7 Pro offers extraordinary speed for the money, and it's the fastest Android phone I think I've ever used. It's insanely smooth as well. So it's really hard to show it on video, but we finally have an Android phone that has caught up to iPhone in smooth. This actually feels more akin to the iPad Pros with ProMotion display than the iPhones right now. So I would like to see a ProMotion display going forward for iPhones 120 Hertz, but the winner of this speed test, I would say in real world practical everyday stuff, the OnePlus 7 Pro. I would say in terms of, you know, synthetic benchmarks, if you care about that stuff, and maybe the most graphically intensive game on the market might load up a little first on the XS Max. For the money, the OnePlus 7 Pro and the XS Max, they're basically identical in terms of performance, which is saying a lot when you have a phone that starts at $669 versus a phone that starts at over $1,000 at $1,099 here in the US and even more in other countries. So this is an incredible value. That's what makes me excited. Also, no not. The iPhone XS Max is an awesome phone as well, but it definitely comes at a premium in comparison to the OnePlus 7 Pro. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Which one would you choose? The OnePlus 7 Pro or the iPhone XS Max? I'm curious to know that. down below. If you guys found this video helpful, entertaining, informing, do me a favor, click that like button for me. If you're new here, please subscribe for more. We have plenty coming to your inbox. I will catch you all in the next one. Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.